go again.
I hope that was water and not a bong.
No, that was water.
Rob and I used to make that joke on when we played Twilight Princess all the time because we used to sit on that couch in my parents' basement and drink water bottles while we recorded.
Yeah.
So Rob would like lean over top of the mic while he had water in his mouth and would like do the to make it sound like he's hitting a rip.
Wonderful. I'm always like way too nervous to try that shit because I'm ADHD. Shit affects me differently. Like coffee will make me hyper.
Yeah,
super focused and hyper.
The only temptation.
Coffee will make me super focused, but like really chill. This thing is something else. But that's why I like sugar because it calms me down. But I'm always just like, could you imagine me high? Like if I did that, I'd probably be like psychotically hyper.
Sorry.
Well, the thing is it's supposed to be pot mellows you out and makes you hungry. So I imagine with you, it would make you hyper and it would make you just, no, I don't want to eat.
Yeah, just fade away.
I want to run.
I want to run. I always want to run.
Captain? Captain? I've lost him.
Pew.
Oh, right. I actually forgot we were like, the flood's a thing now.
Oop, we have a friend.
Oh.
Hi, buddy. I mean, he couldn't do anything, but okay.
Grenades.
Yay.
And a camo, but I stole. I didn't even realize it was there.
Well, if I kill you, it's not my fault now.
I would have given it to you had I realized it was there.
Off to a good start. I've already shot you. Shotty.
Yeah, you can have that.
Shotty. Fuck
There'll
yeah.
be more. I think I figured out why we're having such an easy time.
Why?
And I think it really is just Halo 1, because I was playing a couple missions. I was doing one of those. Oh right, we have to jump down.
This hole was caused by some kind of
Damn it! I remember there used to be a way you could jump across that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was playing one of those playlists that's like a mission from this game and then a mission from that game and so on and so forth. And even though I was only playing on heroic, there was a couple missions in Halo 2 that popped up that kicked my fucking ass.
That's
So
the
I
same,
think-
because I was doing heroic earlier on, like, as I was doing my run through. And it just felt harder. Maybe it's just because there's two of us.
And
But
it's probably just because we can respawn that death has a smaller consequence. But that's the thing is what I was going to say is like when we were kids doing this, it was really, really difficult to just not die.
yeah, even
with
respawns.
Even with respawns. But I'm thinking that Halo 2 and 3 might be way harder, and that's what the struggles of that is what we're remembering.
Maybe. Would not surprise me. Legendary. Maybe swap grenades again. That's my flashlight. Hold on 2 seconds. Technical difficulties.
Good time to have it.
Need to recalibrate my suit. Give me a second.
Oh, popcorn. No, those aren't popcorn.
Those are just little kernels.
Those are the kernels, yeah.
I don't remember how to swap grenades. I might just not have plasma grenades, actually. That could also be a reason.
It's your D-pad if you're using the same controls as me.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. It just could have... Ow, now. I might also need... Oh, there's a plasma grenade. Oh yeah, I just didn't have any plasma grenades.
Damn it.
Oh, sorry.
I keep killing like people with guns that I want, but you have the same guns and you keep taking the ammo.
There, that guy's pistol. Take it. Maybe not the best liquid blood, but ow, my body.
It's better than the assault rifle.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Ow.
Hooray!
Ah, we're kitted out.
We should head
Popcorn.
this way.
Oh,
Search the
God.
ship's gravity.
Oh God. Keep running, just keep running, just keep running, running. What do? We run. Too many enemies nearby. Might have to man up there, buddy.
There you go.
Alright.
They have their own like combat zones. They'll only chase you so far.
I need my shotgun before he takes all my head.
So do you think in the end of Halo Infinite, the Chief's gonna die?
I don't think so. They might do another Halo 3 thing. Put it on hiatus until they know what they want to do.
They should have left him on hiatus. That was the perfect way to be like, look, the hero didn't have to die, but he kind of still did, so it was like poetic.
Yeah. And like you
shoulda
start in
just-
the cryo bar, or cryopod, you end in the cryopod.
I think
The crash did more damage than I suspected. And
I feel like 343
movement
should have
leakage rate is
just.
significant. The ship's reactor should
I'm not a
already have
big
gone
fan of Spartan Lock, but I think forcing the Chief back in kind of put a hindrance on what they can actually do. I think they would have been better off just leaving Bungie's characters completely alone, except for maybe like a cameo from the Arbiter, which kind of still ended up happening.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, I
Yeah,
died too. The Halo universe is so big. They could have they could have had the Prometheans and everything if they really wanted
I
them,
need my guns.
and not had. It could have just. I don't know. It's hard for me to talk and play this game at the same time. They could have done something more original, but I have the feeling that Microsoft refused. Like with how heavily Halo 5 focused on not the Chief, I have this gut feeling that 343 might have wanted to not use the Chief as their new protagonist, and
Yeah,
Microsoft
do you like
might
Halo
have been,
Reach?
and Microsoft might have been
The
like,
crash did
no,
more
no, no, no,
damage
no,
than I
no.
suspected.
You don't see Nintendo making a Mario game without Mario or a Zelda game without
Movement
Link.
leakage rate is significant.
It's Halo.
The
It's got to have
ship's
a Chief,
reactor should
even though
already have gone critical.
Bungie already proved you can have a Halo game without a Chief.
Yeah. Halo Reach and Halo ODST. Fucking.
ODST is still, I think, the best self-contained campaign.
It is definitely one of my favorite games, that's for sure.
I died, by the way.
Well, I'm still up here because I decided to not be dumb and jump down with you.
I'm surprised you didn't pick up this sniper rifle.
Sniper rifle's not exactly the best to use against the Flood. I guess I could have used it against the Hunters, but, you know.
But yeah, ODST is actually a perfect example of like, it doesn't even have to be Spartans and shit. It can just be a Halo. It could be Spartans, but it could just be a story about like a squad that's stranded or some shit. Like,
I would still, like, there, I just have, look up behind you.
oh, I thought you.
Oh
killed him.
god! Well, bye.
I thought I saw him hit the ground.
No, he decided to come after your booty. I still really want like a New Mombasa Bureau soldier and just surviving the fucking flood infestation game.
I hope they don't bring back the Flood. I feel like I'm the only Halo fan that wants that to be like an accomplishment the Chief and the Arbiter pulled off together that doesn't just get retconned. Because I
I
feel
mean,
like
killing the Gravemind, if it's just like a infestation itself
Damn it.
without like the Gravemind back, I think that'd be great. Because like the Flood's supposed to be humanity's like challenge to become holders of the mantle. So
Yeah.
they're going to come back because it's like written into the lore. These are enemies that you need basically to prove yourself against. But I think I kind of hope like they don't have the Gravemind, or at least him fully like returned. It's more like an infestation on the ring than it is a whole like, oh, he's back, free. I mean, destroying the Covenant is pretty big because the Covenant, they just think it's not going to be the Covenant. It's probably going to be the Banished in the new one. Because the
Yeah, I
Covenant
don't-
by this end has just been steamrolled completely.
Well, in Halo 5, like right in the beginning, they killed the new leader of the Covenant, I think.
It wasn't even the Covenant, it was Jumundana's, like...
Yeah, but that was the, like, Covenant remnants or whatever. That's what he was doing.
It was some of the remnants, yeah. How's it going down there, buddy?
Better than the
Oh, look out behind you. Alright, I got you covered. I shot the gun out of his hand.
Damn it! I overheated last second.
Oh boy. Do you want me to stick a grenade on you and you can run in?
No, it would blow up before I'd get to him.
I don't know, pretty good.
There. Killed them all.
Did it? Okay.
Contrary to what I was saying before about how easy this was,
Yeah, I know, right?
I just didn't have the
First
right
time in
weapons.
Halo 1, First time in Halo 1, though, we've needed the whole respawn tactic. Be the last time either. Hey, look, a pistol. Hey, look at the pistol. Hi, friends. Oh yeah, it's the effects of the old sound.
Eh.
Oh, you're alive already.
Oh, I didn't die.
Oh, I thought you died.
No.
You're just dead. You're not dead. Oh, I don't see anything. Oh, I see things.
Yeah, just give it a second. It's the flood. They'll come back.
Look.
They always come back.
They always- Yeah, apparently Halo Wars 2 is pretty good. I kind of want to give it a try.
Yeah, I still need to actually beat Halo Wars 1. That's something
It's a good game. It's a game that I think it's just the controls throw me off every time I try to play it. Like, I love real-time strategy, don't get me wrong, but the controls in that game kind of throw me off.
Yes.
I mean, I'm proud of Bungie making a RTS game that also works on consoles.
Well, it wasn't Bungie that made that one. Bungie
Oh.
licensed it to someone. I can't remember who it was. Bungie published it, or whatever. Microsoft published it. It had Bungie's blessing back when Bungie had that power.
Yeah.
I need
I
a
wonder what
new...
Bungie's going to do next. Are they still going to be doing Destiny?
Yeah.
Just that Destiny kind of died for me.
Yeah, I didn't really... I liked it. I played Destiny 1 right when it came out, because I did get all hyped up for, like, a new Bungie game that wasn't Halo. I was excited to see what they'd do.
Yeah,
And I played it for like 2 weeks when it came out, and I've never played it a second time, and I've never been tempted to go back.
I know.
And
It's
I do
just-
have friends that are like, no, dude, you gotta go back. Like, they improved it so much. I get that they probably improved it so much, but it's just something about that universe and, like, the whole MMO aspect of it that I don't really give a shit.
That's my issue too. And it's mostly probably because I don't like MMOs for the most part.
Yeah.
The only... Oh, there are exceptions. Like, I really liked KOTOR. I
Yeah.
actually gave it another go because they've done a lot. Like KOTOR, I enjoyed. The Elder Scrolls Online, I actually played like religiously for a little bit, but I haven't touched it for like over a year. And RuneScape, but that's partially because our childhood.
Yeah.
I'll go back and see what they've done once in a while. Like, I'll be like, yeah, let's log on, go in, play it for like 2 weeks, and they'll be like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, so I can't really say I hate MMOs. I play like 3 of them. Like World of Warcraft and all that, I don't. It was just the style that they did it. I just did not enjoy. I played it for those first 2 weeks. I think I just sat in, for the most part, in the moon. And it's just like, yeah. And then after the moon, it was just kind of like, well, I got a cape. I really don't feel like doing anything else. Everybody keeps on telling me it improves so much. It's like, I don't really care, honestly. The first impression is just gone. It's too. You can't make a second impression. Take us. Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, I could feel my controller vibrating.
Control room from here.
And we're
Wow.
back again.
Like, this game is probably one of the few games that can go through reusing. Like, I think they reuse a total of like 3 levels. I don't care. It's so good just because the story and all that is amazing. I can definitely look back past the fact that half the game is basically reused.
I can't access the ship's schematics. My records indicate that a shuttle bay should be
Like,
here.
that's what matters.
It was
Have a
also
fucking good game. Oh, I went to reload. Anyways, you were saying.
It's also easier to forgive the first entry in a series for that.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I completely
hey.
forgive Mass Effect 1 for being, like, so bland
Janky as fuck.
on level design and shit because of how much they improved moving forward.
Yeah, and like, they didn't have the budget for the first one. Then they got like massive budget, and the second one is glorious. And the same with Mass Effect 2 is fucking glorious. I love Mass Effect 2. Probably my favorite one of them.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, as somebody who loves special abilities over weapons, I wish that there's a little bit more of You're the Sentinel, but you know, I love it.
The Flood are gathering bodies here.
Mass Effect 3, actually, ability-wise, I was really good for being a Sentinel. I liked it. It's been a while since I've played Mass Effect. The Sentinel is the one that is the tech and biotics? Yeah, tech and biotics.
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. God, I should go play through those games again.
I usually play Engineer. In the first game,
Yeah.
Engineer is kind of useless, but if you tough it out, in the second game, you get lots of really useful powers.
Yeah.
Oh, I died.
Oh, okay, I'm running. Or you could be a cheap little bitch and just play
I'm back.
Soldier and then go into it. In the first one, Soldier was definitely like the prime. Like,
Yeah, because the powers were so limited.
it was like your powers don't really kick in until the end when like your recharge rate is great for biotics. Because like I am sorry, I just shot you as you respawn.
Oh, there's a guy with a shotgun. That's what keeps killing me.
It's just constant. All right, take
My
that
audio,
shotgun.
my audio for the gameplay has to be low enough that the mic won't pick it up. So half the time I can't hear like what the gunshot is. So I had to just keep assuming that like, oh, there must have been a grenade. Oh, there must have been this, and it wasn't until that time I realized, oh, he had a shotgun.
But yeah, Mass Effect, great game. It could be a cheap little bitch and just do the first game as a soldier because Soldier was prime. Because ability, especially like mid and or early and mid game, like abilities, the respawn rate or the recharge rates are just absolute.
Where are you?
Where are you? I'm dealing with Flood.
Oh, you went way back. I like kept pressing
back.
forward.
Oh. No, they're little shitheads I was trying to kill.
These guys just keep spawning. That unless we keep moving, they won't stop.
Yeah, true. I just one that doesn't have a shotgun to move through. It's my main issue. I kept on spawning with shotguns, so I just held back. But yeah. If you're a cheap little bit, who uses the Soldier to get through Mass Effect 1, you're not my friend.
I wouldn't go that far. That's what Rob did in our playthrough.
True, that's fair.
Because it's
I'll let
soldier.
it pick her up.
If you're
So-
very
If you're very new, it's your first go through definitely, because the other ones are super hard in the first one.
yeah.
I mean, they get insane, like super late game last 2 levels, because your recharge rates are finally not absolute shit tier, and they recharge individually, so you can just be like a bionic god. But up to that point, you're sitting with your pistol and you're sitting pretty.
Well, I told him to pick soldier.
That's a good idea, Rob. I love
even
Rob, but-
even though he I think he wanted to be more of like the cool powers and shit, but I told him it'll be so much easier for you to play soldier now and then change class later, because in Mass Effect he had never played them beyond like the first few missions or something. So he had no context. Like if you said biotic, he didn't know what that meant. So I said pick soldier, play it like a third-person shooter, and then learn about the universe. And then when you move into Mass Effect 2, you now have context on what you're actually picking.
Yeah, make me proud. No.
Well, we went with Vanguard? I think Vanguard in the second game.
Oh, the close range guy? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Rob plays Mass Effect kind of like Doom. He gets like right up in their face.
Oh, okay, yeah, then Vanguard's perfect for him. Back we go. Can I live again?
Give me that pistol.
I want to
Hey!
live.
You had a pistol. Where the fuck did it go? There it
It's
is.
right here. I want my pistol and my shotgun back.
I don't think I took your ammo.
You ran over them. Yeah, he also blew me up with a grenade, so there's my pistol. Hey, my shotgun's not here. It's not.
It could have been blown down the hallway. It's the hole.
The hole. Oh, get in the hole.
Down we go.
Once more into the breach, my friends. Gordy. But yeah. That's a joke, by the way. You can totally be my friend if you're a soldier in the first game.
I think I was a soldier the entire 3 games the first time I played them.
Well, that's because you didn't like fun back then. Just kidding.
No, I remember
You
when
liked guns.
I remember picking soldier for the same reason, because I had no idea what anything was. And then I imported my character into Mass Effect 2, and I stuck with soldier just because that's what I was used to. And then the same thing in 3. I only ever played 3 the one time. I'm looking forward to Rob and I playing it together on the channel, because it'll be kind of like the first time again for me.
Yeah.
I remember next to nothing
I
about it.
honestly enjoyed 3 up to like the last 10 minutes.
Oh shit. I died.
That's kind of like... Oh, I'm lagging. Hold on. Well, that's kind of in part because... If I can not lag. The gameplay was just so smooth. Like, the story was okay. I don't know how they would close off the fact that a bunch of, like, near invincible alien machines are going to come attack you when the one, like, nearly blew up a fleet. Like, that was setting a pretty high standard. Honestly, it felt a little rushed, is what I could say about it. It felt like a closing.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much about... Oh, fuck!
Oh god. They came from behind, Tom. They came from behind.
Damn it. I was hoping there wasn't that many behind me and I could backtrack. Alright, where am I now?
As you were saying.
I don't want to go into too many details of Mass Effect 3 plot point, just in case Rob watches this series. But I will say... I'll probably bring it up again when Rob and I play Mass Effect 3. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm some sort of brilliant guy with the mind of a writer or some shit. Because the plot of 3 was, the setup, I should say, of 3 was very predictable. Did you die?
No, I'm dealing with all the ones that would come up behind us. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of. Oh, I died. I was trying to run through.
Well. I used my brain this time.
But I remember, I think the movie was Captain America, the first one. But I remember going to see a movie with Jordan and another friend of ours. And when we got out of the movie, all 3 of us are Mass Effect fans, so we were just talking about it like we kind of are right now. And I actually said in the car ride, and Jordan can vouch for this, I said, I really hope they don't do something stupid like this and that and this. And then a year or 2 later, or whatever it was, when the game actually came out, the entire setup of what you learn in the very beginning, like what your goal throughout the game is, Nathan, I'm sure you remember.
Oh, I do. Love that game.
Let's just say the I guess. Everything about that was like word for word what I said in that car that day. And
I actually feel like you told me about this whole thing too.
Yeah. And Jordan was with me on launch day. He took me to the midnight release because at the time I didn't have a car and he was sleeping over. So he drove me to the I think it was an EB Games I got the game at for the midnight release of Mass Effect 3, and we both stayed up like all night while he just sort of watched me play it. And as soon as that plot point became, this is what you're doing the whole game, I immediately slammed my hands down in my lap, went, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I don't even remember how old we would have been at that point, actually.
I think we were... I want to say, like...
We were at least 18.
Yeah, I want to say, like, either 17 or 18. Oh, god, I'm dead. Shit, I jumped on my head. Get the turret. Oh, too late. It's occupied.
Oh, I'm out of ammo in that now. Anyway, what I was going to say was, if an 18-year-old can be like, oh man, I hope they don't do this stupid thing, and then it ends up being what the professional writers actually come up with, I think you fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I do like the game. I didn't jump on the hate bandwagon for it, but yeah. I do think there is a reason for that hate.
Yeah, like, I enjoyed the game. I'll happily say I enjoyed the game up to, like, the last 10 minutes of it. Like, it's just closing that kind of, like, threat, because they said trilogy and they were hardcore on a trilogy. I think they would have done a lot better if it was more like piecemeal taking it apart instead of just like, oh, it's a one giant weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But that, again, would have taken a lot more than just, like, the frickin' 3 games. Like, the pacing for Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 was great. Because, like, in that, you're dismantling little bits of the threat. But, yeah, it's just... If they managed to put in, like, 2 more games, like, the invasion happens, it could have happened in the 3rd one, but instead of being like, oh, and then half the galaxy gets wiped out in, like, the first opening days, instead it's just more like they're taking their time, like, planet by planet, instead of just like, do. We can just invade everywhere at once, and be totally fine. Like, planet by planet, and like your piecemealing ways to get rid of them, that would have been a lot better. It was just way too fast in that last game. That's my rant to it.
Oh shit, I'm about to die.
Slow the fuck down.
I don't necessarily think the problem was speed. I think they did write themselves into a corner.
Definitely.
I think that they were like, oh, we made this nearly invincible enemy, so any way we could possibly find a way to defeat the invincible enemy is going to seem like a cop-out. Yeah. Which is kind of why I forgive the game's shortcomings and just accept that, hey, it was a fun...
Oh yeah, and that's why I can totally look past it and be like, I still enjoyed the game. Because if you're doing it in a trilogy, you've set up that much, like, that standard of an enemy, literally what the fuck else are you supposed to do? it is going to be a to them all or nada scenario.
I might bleep out us saying just in case Rob watches
Oh, that's
this.
okay. Man,
I just don't. I know it's an old game now, but it's a new game to him, and I don't want to jeopardize his perceptions.
it's going to be a situation of, you need the because whatever the fuck else are you supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want me to rant about something I'm angry about, get me ranting on Star Wars. Mass Effect? No, I'll forgive them for that. Honestly, like, I'm also in a bit of a weird camp in which I did not mind. What was the newest one? Fuck. I didn't mind it, but obviously I didn't like it enough to remember the name of it. The newer Mass Effect that they did after it, Andromeda. I didn't mind it too much. Actually,
I think I've said this on the channel before. I'm in that game, and I can't bother to actually find myself.
Please, Chief, hurry!
Yeah. Like, the gameplay in it is really fun, but the planets kind of get, like, Mass Effect 1-y, just prettier. It's like, oh, well, another planet that I have to go and explore. Like, who to do? Some of them, like, barely have anything. It's like, oh, there are pirates on this one. Like, okay, well, there were pirates. There's always fucking pirates, and also, why are there pirates? This is like... Well, it makes sense. It's like a cannibal race, whatever. But it just felt so samey. I think, like, Mass Effect 1 had a cool thing in which it had a bunch of different factions that you'd always be dealing with. Like, in the first one, you had the Geth, but then you also had, like, organics that were under control of, don't want to say Sovereign. Was it Sovereign in that one? No, Sovereign was the big dude.
Yeah, well, Sovereign was... Oh, you're talking about the Turian?
Reapers.
Oh, the Reaper was Sovereign, the Turian was Saren.
Yeah, but Saren was also just kind of a puppet. But yeah, you had the Geth, you had organics under the control of Sovereign, and then you had pirate forces, you had, and then just like rogues. So like you'd have like rogue bionics, and like other forces like that. Even Cerberus, I think Cerberus was like in it a little bit. Yeah, because you blow up a Cerberus facility. There's one mission that you can actually destroy a Cerberus facility.
You clearly got farther than I did.
It's a lot of the side missions. And they're not like mentioned, oh, this is Cerberus, and they're not like colored Cerberus colors. They honestly just look like more of the just human pirates. But like hints towards like a bigger faction. And if you blow up the mission, you actually get like a line that's just like, oh, but I blew up a bunch of Cerberus facilities when I was working as a Spectre. He's like, well, whatever. Like, we can look past that. But yeah, and like that kind of permeated through because in Mass Effect 2, you had different mercenary factions that you were often fighting. You had the Collectors, you had the Geth again. So there was a lot of enemy variety, even in the third one. Yeah, because you had a lot of different factions in the third one too. Jesus Christ. And then you get to Andromeda, and it's literally just xenophobic alien race. One. And that's it. And then also, like, natives, occasionally.
This is the first time we've managed to, like, talk pretty much the entire time. So this might have been an unedited episode. I don't know yet. So just in case...
Playing Halo and shooting about Mass Effect, I love it.
Just in case, I'm gonna say, see you guys next time, like I normally do.
Okay.
But if it doesn't end up being that way, I'll just cut this out, so nobody will ever know.
Yeah, that's a good, like, just talking about video games episode. We just had our podcast in a Halo video game. Just you and me.